On today's episode, the difference between real life and make-believe.
Real life is like stuff that you can just go outside and find, and make-believe is stuff that you can just make up in your imagination. Real life is a soccer ball or potato. Real make-believe is the unicorn that I rode to school today.
Okay, real life is the world around you, and I'm pretty sure it's perceived in one half of your brain, whereas make-believe is imaginary stuff involving creativity that can only be perceived in your brain and cannot exist in the real world.
Make-believe is fictional. It cannot happen. It just doesn't happen. Like talking animals. It does not happen. And real life is non-fictional. It can happen. It's like it can actually happen. Like unicorns. And it's the opposite of make-believe. Make-believe is really happy, but most of the time life is really sad.
Well, first of all, unicorns aren't real.
Yes, they are.
Second of all, we can walk, but we can't fly.
No, we can fly.
We can fly.
So one is true and one is false. One can happen and one can't happen. And so no one can add on or say something wrong about that. I'm talking about it overall. Like, for example, in a fictional book, stuff from real life can happen in that, but I'm not talking about that. So, be quiet. Right, so. And then my last one is imagination inside your head. And then in front of your eyes.
Okay.
Real life is reality. It's real. It's practical. You can see it. Make believe is freaky. Hoo-hoos. It's not real. It's imaginary. You don't believe it. It's not practical, and you can't see it. Priya?
I have something to add. Well, actually, little kids believe in very fake things. Number one. Number two, you don't always have to see stuff for things to be true.
Actually, we are little kids, according to my father. And I'm pretty sure we know stuff about that Mr. Zach doesn't even know.
I have something to add to that. We are not little kids. Little kids believe in Santa, the Tooth Fairy, the Easter Bunny. Okay, well, anyway, if you're older, you don't exist. You don't believe in them anymore. Unicorns are real.
No, they're not.
I have something to add on your freaky comment. Not all make-believe stuff is freaky.
Well, according to the book I just read, they are.
I have something to add, Mr. Little Eric. Okay, so Santa is real, unicorns are real, leprechauns are real, tooth fairies are real, Easter Bunny is real, and you're not real.
I'm sorry, but I just don't think Santa is real. Do you really think that a guy comes into your
Yes.
house in the middle? Do you think that Tooth Fairy is real?
Yes.
That's a little old magical fairy goes tweet, and she drops like a $2 bill in your little pillow.
I'm going to add on to what Eric said earlier. I just want to say that you crushed many kids' dreams, including Andrea. And I have something else to add on, but first I'd like to say we should get back on subject. And then second of all, so what I want to add on is to Camille that you don't have to see something to know it's real.
Well, first of all, what about the little kids? If they believe in Santa, shouldn't we tell them how it works? Because I really know how it works, and I'll spoil it to you guys because I already know how it works.
I have something bad. Shreya's comment on how Eric is not real. It is a scientific fact that he's a real human being.
Prior to Alexis's earlier extremely rude comment, the ability for children to believe in things like Santa allows them in their brains to evolve and them to be able to become creative, and so without, yes, I know I'm the smart one. And like, if honestly, when you were 3 years old, someone said, "Hey, guess what? Santa isn't real." What would you have done?
Punched him in the face.
I have something to add to Shreya's comment. First of all, I literally caught my mom being the Tooth Fairy. I was trying to sleep, and my mom cried. I have something to add. So I kind of believe in Santa, but then also there's the thing that why would you want some guy just coming down your chimney delivering presents?
Rushing Don't act like rabbits biting each other's butts, okay? We need to talk about what we came here for, because I gotta be at Chick-fil-A in 2 minutes.
I guess sounds like something that's fictional. It has facts and you can see it. So usually, sometimes you can't. It's based on facts that you get from research or whatever they do. Okay. Unreal is like fake, fictional, fantasy dreams. You have to visualize something. You can't actually like see it. But in the unicorns, okay. You can daydream, and it's not real, and real stuff are not unreal. I've always liked unicorns, and I think one day I just was going outside with my friends, and we saw on top of a hill a unicorn. So I think that that could happen.
Maybe it is possible to do something that like no one's done before, because maybe you have like a goal that no one's accomplished yet, and maybe you'll be the one to accomplish it.
It depends on what it is. Like if in your head is I can make fire with my hands. That's never going to happen.
That is possible.
I can't like this fire up here. That would never happen.
Can something that's existed only in your head exist in real life?
Well, like Ellie said, it does depend, but in a billion years, you never know what the future is going to become. So it could happen if it's a machine or something special, but not like an actual living thing.
Yes, because like in Thomas Edison's head, he was thinking about making light without a candle, so he created the first light bulb.
And do you think that people believed he could do it?
No, they were like, boy, you crazy.
Light bulb. Well, first, people thought that the Vikings didn't actually exist like dragons, but they did exist. And still, some people disagree that Vikings have lived back then, but actually they have lived because we did find. It's almost like the ancient the ruined city of Pompeii, which got destroyed. And first, a lot of people like just ignored that city because it was like gone.
Yes, it can, and like Ellie and Amelia said, it does depend, but think of it as profession-wise. Like, I want to grow up to be a doctor, I want to grow up to be a dentist.
Going off of what Sneha, Ellie, Amelia, and Hunter said, is that if you make that possibility a goal, like for say the Edison light bulb, or for say like the new hoverboards that are coming out, like for say the guy, he was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna create a idea of a hoverboard, and he made that possibility a goal, and he achieved that goal, and now that goal is in real life, and we can use it. Yeah. Physically.
My poppy says that impossible is just like I'm possible, so anything can happen. And my dad says that, and he always says that impossible is nothing, which whenever we say like something's impossible, he would say you can do it. Like in what's it called, Madagascar or wherever, it was Madagascar or something. They said that the lion or zebra couldn't jump through the little key or the fire hoop, and then they kept on like forcing him to do it, trying it out, and then he finally put some hair gel in the jig, and then he got in and jumped through, and then he went in the zoo and then blah stuff. So if someone like discourages you, you shouldn't stop continuing their goal. You should continue it.
First of all, you should never ever think that way. You should never think of their decision, because you're the one that's making the decision. You should not even worry about other people, first off. Second of all, I don't think there even needs to be a second of all. So I would say yes, you should always go towards your goals and never stop.
You can't just follow whatever people say, like this. Hey, I'm just gonna pretend I'm King James hey, I'm King James, I order you to pay taxes. And the colonists say they don't want to, but they can't. But they couldn't because there are soldiers who might punish them. So I'd say we can't just follow what other orders, and all of us should have a big imagination, and so we can be creative, and sometimes we can always think about it and invent it, and we will never stop, and we will reach our goals.
Like what Shreya said, and when I told my friends I was gonna take this filming class, they said I might be bad at it or I shouldn't take it, and I kind of believed it, but when I took it, I really liked it.
Never stop what other people think. They're them. Like, if someone told you to jump off a bridge, you wouldn't do it. It's just not right. So you should never worry about what other people say, because you don't even need to listen to them. Number 2 is you should never stop trying for what you're doing. I mean, Thomas Edison tried it like 700 or 600 times until he finally got it. And I have like a different religion, but I never say no to what they believe. I just say we both have different beliefs instead of saying no, because that's just not right.
It depends on what kind of person you are. Because let's say you're a timid person and your best friend just said, I hate your art, you should never do art again. You would probably never do art again. So it depends on how, because all this sort of thing is intellectual, it happens in your head. So it depends on how strong your mental security is, or your ability to have reason for yourself. And I can't say I'm like completely brave and amazing and I've never been influenced by anything anyone else has said, because it depends on what the situation is. Sometimes it is important to listen to other people, but if it's a situation where you know you're right and you just feel like your friends don't care, you need to tell them that, because then they'll probably support you.
I actually think it's a yes or no question, because it all depends on what you think. I'm going to just use this as an example. Say you actually want to make something like a kitten seal, a cross between a kitten and a seal. It can't exist for multiple reasons. You can cross genetics. It's just an idea. I'm not going to make that or anything. But it all depends on what you think about the idea. So say something like your friend said, oh, I hate your guts, or something like that. It depends. It depends on the way you act to it. It doesn't matter if you go yet.
Okay.
It matters on if you want to keep going for the goal or not.
When I was in 3rd grade, like in art class, my friends told me that I was really bad, but I kept trying, and then I just kept trying, and then when I went in 4th grade, all my friends told me that I was a really good artist, and then that like maybe one day when I grow up, I could be like a famous artist and stuff.
That if they're judging you like badly, like say that if you want to invent something that's gonna help something like world peace, and they're judging you if you think you shouldn't do it, and they say, hey, you can't do that, it's so impossible. Should you listen to them or not listen to them? Because I think you shouldn't listen to them, because it doesn't matter what are you doing, as long as it's right.
Documentary.